Thanks for joining our monthly community webcast. I'm Jürgen Kress, part of the Oracle product management team. In case you missed one of our webcasts, on-demand recordings are available. For details, please see our monthly community newsletter and subscribe to our Oracle Video Hub partner channel. In today's presentation, Juan, Carlos, and Harris will introduce and demo how to build smarter applications with Oracle integrations and AI services. Good afternoon, Juan.
Hey, Jürgen. How are you? All good?
Thank you. So you're an application integration specialist. What is it that you're talking now about AI?
Yeah, so I've been using Oracle Integration Cloud since many years ago. And what we have seen in our customers and in the market is many use cases combining Oracle integration together with AI services to automate business processes and to enable really cool use cases around on top of SaaS applications and even on-prem applications are, let's say, covered in this case using Oracle integration and AI services. So yeah, that's why we will talk about this today.
Excellent, thanks. And with us is Harris. Harris, thanks for attending.
Hi, Jürgen. How are you? Hi, everyone. Thanks for arranging this. I can see we have a nice list of participants joining. And I hope everyone enjoy this session. We plan to demonstrate not one, but two use cases. And what Juan and I are going to do is basically live demos. So bear with us. And we will try to show you how you can automate using Oracle Integration Cloud Services and AI services, some real life examples and use cases.
Cool. So integration is the foundation for AI, artificial intelligence, to train the AI models, connect the applications, and build executable processes. Oracle integration offers SaaS, technology, and social adapters. The objective of the call is to introduce the enterprise integration platform and to demo some nice use cases. So let's get started. Please pay attention to the Oracle Safe Harbor statement. Please blog and tweet only about services and functionality which is available today. Quick housekeeping, please feel free to post your questions via the conference Q&A tool or Twitter #PaaS community anytime. At the end of the webcast, we will answer them. Slides are available via the community website, and we will post them also at Oracle Video Hub. Please share your feedback via the Zoom survey at the end of the webcast. I will quickly update you on the latest community announcements, and then I will hand over to Harris and to Juan Carlos. We launched our free certification campaign, Oracle New Fiscal Year, June 1st. That means that for Oracle Cloud Infrastructure and Oracle applications, 26 courses are available, including the online training, including the certification free of charge. Please make use of it. And specifically, we would like to highlight Oracle Integration Professional 2023 exam. It's brand new. It was also launched June 1st, and it now reflects all the changes of Oracle Integration 3. If you have not done a certification, that's your opportunity to become a certified expert. If you are a certified expert on Oracle application integration, you can now renew it and you get the details of Oracle Integration 3. Similar for Oracle Cloud Digital Assistant Professional 23, it's also brand new. It reflects the latest version, and it was completely updated and rewritten. So we would like to encourage you to take the online guided learning path and the exam. How do you get started? What is the best way to become an expert? Sign up for the communities. The communities are free of charge. Attend the free hands-on bootcamp. The bootcamps are free of charge for both integration and digital assistant. And then you can go for the guided learning path and also the exam. The guided learning path prepares you additional for the exam questions. Everything is available, including the exams, including the guided learning path, until August 31st. We offer the 3-day hands-on bootcamp specifically for SaaS partners and technology partners. If you're a consultant who implements ERP, HCM, or CX, or an integration expert, please attend the workshop. It's a hands-on training, and the goal is that you can build your own proof concept and demo it afterwards. Upcoming dates include India in July, Brazil end of July, and Europe, Middle East, and Africa in August. For details and registration links, please see our monthly community newsletter. We just distributed the June edition. And also, we will update the community website. Same on the digital assistant side. We offer one-day hands-on training for UI designers and developers and consultants who want to build their own digital assistant and bot. And the goal is that you get trained and certified on digital assistant. Upcoming schedules include US time zone and Europe, Middle East, and Africa time zone on July 13th, and Asia and EMEA time zone on July 14th. For details, please see also the community newsletter. The latest edition was distributed today. And we update the website. Quick updates on the customer side. On July 12th, we will broadcast our next customer success story. We also run a series of implementation webinars in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Also, we updated you on the latest release, Neil Kominski and myself, on June 15th, and the webcast is available on demand in case you missed it. For details, please see the customer newsletter. On the digital assistant side, we still encourage you to take the best practice exams, and the next success story webcast will take place on July 25th, where Box Fusion will present best practices, how to implement the digital assistant for customer experience. Tomorrow, we will update you on the roadmap and the new features of Oracle Digital Assistant. So please join Robbie and myself for the next product update webcast. And all of that is published in the newsletter. So today's webcast is recorded. We are live presenting the demos. And with that short introduction, over to you.
So, and thank you guys again for joining this webinar. So today, as Jürgen said, we're gonna present this topic around the smarter apps with Oracle Integration Cloud and OCI AI services. And basically, just to give you a brief of what you will see, and this is like the brief of the general. So we're gonna understand what the use cases are around these smarter apps use case. We're gonna, let's say, explain one of the solutions that Harris mentioned, an AI-based service ticket classification solution using Oracle Integration and AI services, AI language services. And we're gonna see a live demo story around it. And then Harris is gonna explain an AI-based invoice handling automation solution using Oracle Integration Cloud and document understanding, AI document understanding service. And he will also present you and deliver a demo story, a second demo story around that. And we will leave the Q&A for the end, right? So let's move on and let's explain what the use cases around these solutions are. So basically, when we combine Oracle Integration with AI services, in the end, these two solutions are tackling, let's say, three main aspects or business use cases. Let's say having an AI-based service ticket classification solution could be really good for customer proximity. So we could mitigate dissatisfaction of a product, of a service, or even of the brand itself at the right time for negative, let's say, feeds coming from social media like WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook page, etc. And one of the things that Twitter says in a study is the revenue potential that you could have and you could increase based on replying to negative sentiment, either in Twitter specifically, but also in other social media channels. So we're talking about the let's say, to increase revenue potential because we're taking care of customers, and obviously they will that will represent customer conversion and even for the customer to come back to the brand if we are dating and replying to negative experiences at the right time, right? And finally, with document understanding and having the possibility to automate invoice handling, we could increase productivity and make business cycles like avoiding late payments in a procure to pay process and all of that, right? So let's move on with the first solution. So the first solution is an AI-based service ticket classification, combining Oracle Integration Cloud together with our Oracle Cloud Infrastructure AI sentiment analysis and custom text classification services. Those two are part of the OCI AI language service. So in the end, this solution is basically hearing or listening for WhatsApp feeds using the WhatsApp Cloud API. So we are leveraging the WhatsApp webhooks here to listen for I mean, every time a WhatsApp message is sent to a number registered in your Facebook apps, in your Facebook app, this is gonna trigger a webhook, right? Which is basically an event sending all the metadata and all the data around that message, including the text, including the WhatsApp number and all of that. So the idea is that the webhook URL is going to be a virtualized endpoint that we have in API Gateway for an Oracle REST trigger integration flow. So we are using API Gateway to listen and using that as the webhook URL for WhatsApp webhooks. So we are retrieving or capturing real-time WhatsApp messages, and I'm sending those to Oracle Integration, and Oracle Integration is queuing those feeds in an OCI stream Kafka topic, right? And then that's the producer, let's say the producer integration flow that we have there. And then we have a consumer integration flow, which let's say retrieves the WhatsApp messages. It applies sentiment analysis, sentence level sentiment analysis to get the overall sentiment score of the WhatsApp message. Then it applies aspect-based sentiment analysis. That's the what APSA stands for. And then we apply, and this aspect-based is just to give enough information for the service agent, for a service agent to be able to, let's say, tackle and try to resolve the service request faster. And then we have Oracle Integration is calling the custom text classification model as an API. So this custom text classification model is used to set the category and the queue of the service request that we are automatically creating based on the negative WhatsApp message, right? And so after doing that analysis, AI analysis, then we create the service ticket in Oracle Fusion CX Service. And we are using Oracle Fusion CX Service as the customer service platform. It could be another, it could be ServiceNow or another third-party customer service platform. And in the end, we are storing all the analysis together with the WhatsApp message here in ATP, or Autonomous Transaction Processing, as the WhatsApp sentiment store, right? So what are the services that we are that are involved in this AI-based service ticket classification solution? So as you know, we have many capabilities within our configuration. Specifically for this use case, we're using the application integration capability and specifically the adapters, the native adapters here that we have for OCI streaming, for Autonomous Transaction Processing, for Oracle Fusion CX Sales and Service, that is a SaaS adapter, and also REST adapters that we are using to, let's say, capture the webhook coming from API Gateway, and also to call the different OCI AI services. So the AI services are services already, that you can use, and they are exposed as APIs. So that's why we are using the REST adapter. So here, together with Oracle Integration, we are combining and using other Oracle Cloud services like API Gateway, object storage, because here I'm storing the labeled data set that I used for creating the custom text classification model. I will show that in a couple of minutes. Streaming, why streaming? Because it decouples WhatsApp from Oracle Fusion CX Service and from all the different systems that we are calling, even the APIs from AI. So we have like an event-driven approach here. So if something goes wrong, either with the OCI service or the ATP is down, or even Oracle Fusion CX service is down, we can retry and have retry topics and all of that. So it's a better, I mean, we are guaranteeing the delivery of the messages, as well as we can, let's say, meter the pace of text or WhatsApp messages that we are sending to our models, right? And obviously the AI language services, in this case, the sentiment analysis service and the custom text classification model service, and autonomous database, in this case, that is ATP, as the WhatsApp message and sentiment store, right? So talking about adapters, and when you know that Oracle integration is a no-code, low-code integration platform, and that's the approach mainly that we have with the native adapters. So this speed up, you know, these kind of use cases. So here I wanted to highlight that we're using the CX service adapter that we have for Oracle Fusion CX service. We're using the OCI streaming adapter to consume, produce, and publish and consume the WhatsApp message event. The REST connector, obviously, to being able to expose this, and so API gateway can virtualize that REST endpoint. And also we are using the REST adapter to call the different OCI AI services, language and language services. And finally, we are using the ATP adapter to store all the data that we have for the WhatsApp sentiment analysis, as well as the WhatsApp message data, right? And even, I mean, if this was Twitter, well, we could reply to Twitter, and in the end, that's the things that we have here, that we could leverage different social and productivity adapters that we have. So apart from Oracle integration, I mentioned OCI AI language. So these are, let's say, the principle of this is AI as a service for text analysis. So in this case, I mean, we have different pre-trained models that detect the language of a text. They identify the different entities or, on a text. We can detect and de-identify personal information data, right? Doing or performing aspect level or sentence level sentiment analysis, identify key phrases on a text, and even classify the text. So these are pre-trained models, and we are in this use case, AI-based service ticket classification use case. We are using the pre-trained aspect level and sentence level sentiment analysis service as API. But for the service ticket categorization, I basically, previously to this call, I created and trained a custom model, the text classification model, to being able to classify the different, let's say, complaints and all of that with labels. And in this case, the labels are one of the labels is the category of the ticket, and the other one is the queue of the ticket. This service request or the automatic service ticket should be routed to, right? So moving forward, let's see it in action, because that's, you know, we can talk a lot, but it's cooler if we show this live, right? So the demo story is basically, I'm gonna send a WhatsApp message to a business account. In this case, I created a WhatsApp business account in my developer portal in Facebook, in Meta, sorry. So I'm gonna write a message, like a complaint, simulating a customer complaining about a service, a product, something like that. This is gonna be captured. That's gonna trigger a webhook, WhatsApp webhook, that I'm capturing using API Gateway. API Gateway will route the request to Oracle integration, and Oracle integration is gonna send or publish that WhatsApp message event to OCI streaming. Then we will see how this automatically apply all the different services that I talked and mentioned before. And then you will see how after, let's say, setting the severity of the ticket with the overall score, you will see we are using a decision rule here. We are setting the category and the queue based on the custom text classification model. We are, and here you can, I mean, the service agent can see what the overall and service ticket classification result was, as well as identifying the top aspects, you know, like the negative of most positive aspects or negative aspects on the text, in this case, on the WhatsApp message, right? So let me go to WhatsApp. Harris, Jürgen, you can see my WhatsApp message, right? Window, yeah?
Yes, Juan, we can.
Okay, thanks. So basically what I'm gonna do here is the first one is someone who is really pissed off around his or her order. So why is my order at my local courier for the last 6 days and it still hasn't been delivered to me over a week late? Okay, so I'm gonna post this to or write this, text this to my WhatsApp business account. So in the meantime, what is happening here in Oracle integration is, I got an error. Okay, great. Murphy attacking me here. Okay, something happened. Let me try again. Let me try with another one. So let's try to post again. Okay, I received the webhook here. And then this is performing the sentiment analysis. So in this case, it's the text is, I just bought a brand new laptop, but it keeps crashing. I love the color, but this is not good. So basically what was running here is we received the webhook. We were calling the sentiment analysis API, the custom text classification model API. And in the end, what this ended up in is with that service ticket created in Oracle Fusion CX Service. Obviously, we are using the adapter for Oracle Fusion CX Service. So, so this is basically the flow. So we are getting the WhatsApp message, storing it in ATP, and once we have all the sentiment analysis done, we are creating the service ticket there, right? So one of the things, and let me show you, you know, the end result. So if you see the SR is 231469. So if we go to Fusion CX Service, this is Fusion CX Service, and I refresh my window, you will see like a WhatsApp message with sentiment score -34 has been raised. The channel type is coming from a social channel. And this is the number of the SAR that matches with this, right? So if I go here to the SR, so you will notice different things. So this is like basically the sentence that I created based on the sentiment score. So the sentiment score from AI language sentiment analysis, the overall sentiment score over the WhatsApp message is -34. That's -34, a little bit negative. Here I'm just posting or creating and setting the problem description of the service request with the text that I sent to WhatsApp. You will see the severity. So the severity is basically, and let me show you that, is I have a decision model, a decision rule here in Oracle Integration Cloud. So I'm also using the process automation capability. And within the process automation capability in OIC, in Oracle Integration, we have the decision rule. So here, the decision rule is basically this one. And the rule is basically saying that depending on the range of the score, of the negative score, I'm setting those, the severity of the ticket based on those ranges, right? So here you will see I received the sentiment score, and this is just a decision table where if the negative score is between -43 and -15, this is the lowest ticket severity. If it's -60 and 43 is low. If it's between -74 and 60 normal, that's the severity of the ticket should be medium or normal. It's medium. It's called medium here in Oracle Fusion CX Service. But anyway, And if it's over, I mean, between minus 100 and minus 74, that's going to be like the high high level of severity, right? So here in this case, if you see, as the sentiment score is minus 34, and the decision rule here, the minus 34 will be in this range. That's the lowest, or the low severity. So that's why we are setting this in as low. And then we will see something really interesting. This is like an HTML message based on what the custom text classification model and the sentiment analysis perform. Okay, so how does the sentiment analysis works? So if we go here to my OCI language service here in my tenancy, you could go to text analytics. We could try to put the same text that I put here of the complaint. And you will see that this is a pre-trained model that we have. And this will perform like different analysis, including the sentiment analysis. So if you see, the sentiment analysis is something like mixed. So if you see here, if we come back to Oracle Fusion CX Service, the overall sentiment analysis emotion is mixed. Why? Because it's like, I just bought a brand new laptop, but it keeps crashing. I love the color, but this is not good. So there are like positive and negative, let's say, emotions on that text. I'm highlighting here, like identifying the top aspects, and that's what basically the pre-trained model. And this is, you just use the API and that's it. This is a pre-trained model, so you don't have to train it. So it's quite, let's say, accurate in the sense that it detects that there's a mixed emotion on the text, on the overall sentiment, but obviously it highlights, like which is the top aspects in this case, the most positive aspect that is color, and the most negative aspect that is laptop, right? And we this is like other services that we have, like the PII and the key phrase, but in this case we're focusing on the aspect level, the sentence level as well. And and that's it. Right? That's why this is why I'm showing this, or the result of this was because it's basically saying like, okay, color has a confidence of 3.69, sorry, of confidence of 83%. So color is positive according to the AI service. And obviously laptop is the most negative aspect here with a confidence of 84%, right? And then we have the text classification model. So basically how you can create your own project. You create a project where you are going to have like different custom text classification models. In this case, I call it AI-based service ticket classification. When you create a model, you need like a data set, right? So this is called a label data set that I uploaded in a bucket called Twitter bucket. This was based on a previous use case as well. So here, what I basically provided to the model is a CSV with different, let's say, text or complaints. So this is the CSV. So if you see, the CSV has like a text, like the complaints, and like the possible complaints that they have, or sample complaints that they have based on the the different complaints they have received in historically speaking, and then let the label. So in this case, I'm just setting the subcategory or the category of the ticket with the custom text classification model, and then I'm just using a lookup in Oracle integration to set the queue. But you could do something like this if you want more than one category, like a category and a subcategory. You can provide a pipe, and then after the pipe, you provide the, let's say, this could be like subcategory, and the category, let's say, could be like, I don't know, like assistance or repair or something like that. So that's the way, let's say, that label data set work. Okay, so that's what I provided to the model as an input, and then you just have to provide the model. And when you click on submit, this will train, test, and validate this for you. That's why I'm saying this is an AI as a service platform, right? You don't have to, like create algorithms and all of that. I mean, we are integrators, so we just want to get the job done, right? So obviously, I mean, I had like 1,000 records, so the accuracy of my model is more or less 0.56 or like 56.73%. And you can see also, how in the confusion matrix, like which categories are having good sample data, which ones basically require more inputs, right? More data to be more accurate. And then you can create an endpoint that's called a model endpoint. So basically, when you create a model endpoint, automatically the AI language service, the custom text classification model, creates like a UI where you can, like test your model or your text. So in this case, I could again copy and test my negative complaint and see how is it going with this. So if you see, this is a product defect category with 0.91 of confidence. And I'm saying that I have a lookup in integration that says if it's product defect, you should send that to the repair category, right? And the queue should be like facilities or maintenance. So that's, let's say, what the custom text classification model, how that works. And then if you see, I'm setting the category of the ticket based on the custom text classification model. You could also provide it or another category or another label for the queue. In my case, in this case, for the demo, I just setting up the queue based on the category. So I have a lookup in integration setting up that. Obviously, the channel type is because it comes from WhatsApp. And this is like, again, like basically producing an HTML message and creating a message in Oracle Fusion CX Service using the adapter to create this kind of, information that could be really relevant for the service agent to take the proper decision and decide to escalate this to, I don't know, a specific LOB within the company or something like that, right? And so that was the demo. I mean, we could, if you want, really fast, because Harris has a really cool demo as well. We could try with another one, like someone wants a refund, so like I can even send or receive email via Wi-Fi services. This is insane. I demand my money back for the past 3 months. So if we text to WhatsApp, in a couple of seconds, we should receive a service ticket automatically created for us using Oracle integration. So you just see we already received that message. So it's almost in real time. So the SR is 231470. So if we go back here and we refresh this, you will see this one. So in this case, this one, you see that if it is severe or most severe, according to the rule that I have previously, I'm setting a checkbox or a field in the Fusion CX service request as critical. This is a checkbox in the, let's say, a Boolean value on the service ticket. So in this case, the sentiment score was -92. And if you see, the severity is high. And because is 92 and the score is in that range, I'm setting up this automatically, dynamically as critical. Okay. And in this case, if you see, the custom text classification model classified this text or this complaint as returns and refunds with anyway, I mean, the score or the confidence is 30%, but it's quite accurate in this case, let's say. And you can see here, like another example, like in this case, you have the top aspects, but those are the top negative aspects. So it's like that person can send or receive an email, so that's negative. And even it can send it via Wi-Fi services. So that's what the model is, or the sentiment analysis pre-trained model is detecting. And yeah, I mean, the category in this case for a refund should be billing, and the queue should be financial services. Okay. So that was basically what I have for my demo. If you want to know more about OCI language and how we can combine that with Oracle integration, you can check Harris and I's LinkedIn profile, and also we have some YouTube in the Oracle Learning channel, YouTube channel. We have some videos, demo videos showing this as well. Okay? So thank you very much for your time, and back to you, Harris.
Thanks a lot, Juan. That was really amazing demo. It really shows how we can combine integration for all automation and how our AI services are helping customers. You know, the sentiment analysis, things with CX, everyone is trying to work out call center. So that use case is really, amazing. Now we are going to shift to another use case, and this is about how we can use AI-based invoice handling in this case. What Juan has shown us, we have looked at one of the AI services, which is the language. This is more around the document understanding. The way I look at this use case, there are four main parts. Number one, okay, we are getting some data. While this is about invoices, it could be passport information, receipts for your expense. And there are different ways this information comes. It can be via email, it can be via files getting uploaded on an SFTP location, or maybe a web application where your customers are uploading the data. So that's the ingest part. In my demo, it would be a file, basically an SFTP server. Again, the key is all around automation, because we need to get this data and then we need to pass it through our document understanding service for it to analyze. What we are going to see in this demo, it is about how the document understanding service provides some pre-trained models on extracting key values for invoices, things like invoice ID, vendor information, totals, tax, and there are more than 26 different fields that it can categorize. We will take this information. One of the things, because there are so many different formats, and while our AI service is very, very accurate, but there can be scenarios where you might want to get or trigger a process where you want a set of eyes, a department to look at the information. That also we will try to demonstrate by kickstarting a process within the process automation service. And end of the day, it is about storing. So in the example of invoices, it normally goes into and stores into an ERP application. It might store into an autonomous database, and these can be any heterogeneous services. So in my demo, you would see a file being dropped into an SFTP location, integration cloud picking it up, passing it to the document understanding service, getting the data, and then storing the data into the autonomous. And if there is a manual process required, then process automation process will kickstart. As it is a partner community, we are not going into talking about what Oracle Integration Cloud Service is. The way I see it, it is mainly the Swiss knife of automation. We have a lot of capabilities, from integration to process to visual builder to file server, B2B, and so on. In this particular scenario, what I'm focusing on or using, application integration, again, for the automation, getting the data across, process automation in case there is a manual step required. So we will kickstart a process. I'm using quite a few adapters, but mainly it is the REST adapter and the file adapter, FTP adapter, to process the files. And for the target, and for me, I've kept it in an ATP database. So that's the autonomous database. The other cloud services, object storage for loading, for getting the data from the document, because document understanding provides the output in the object storage. So I go and fetch it from there. AI service, that is the document understanding service that we are using, and the autonomous. Moving on from the adapters, as I already mentioned, again, Oracle Integration Cloud provides a number of adapters. And as you would see here, While it is part of the Oracle family, and we have a lot of adapters when it comes to Oracle applications, whether it is on-prem like eBiz or JD Edwards to cloud, ERP cloud or HCM or CX, we saw an example. But being an integration platform, heterogeneity is the key. So we do provide adapters for all different popular applications like Salesforce, SAP, SuccessFactors, Workday, and so on. Where you might not find an adapter. Any integration platform cannot promise to provide adapters for all applications. We have these technology adapters like REST adapters, file adapters, database adapters, or streaming adapters, which combine to help you integrate with any application out there. In this example, I am using the REST-based adapter to integrate with the document understanding REST APIs and object storage REST APIs, file-based adapter to get the data, or FTP adapter to get the data from my FTP location, and ATP adapter to finally load the data into the ATP database. While the other key service is one of our AI services, this is what we call as is for the developers. Here, we are providing, when it comes to document understanding service, a number of pre-trained models. The idea is, while we are providing data science and machine learning services where the data scientist can go and create their own models, we also understand a wider community, customers, they just want to consume services. And that's where we are providing a lot of these citizen services. We just saw a demo of language service, how cool it is that you can pass the data without, and it provides you the sentiment analysis right away. Similarly, the document understanding service, when we look at the pre-trained models, you can upload any document to it and it will classify, it will tell you whether it's an invoice, whether it's a passport, whether it's a driver license, whether it's a bank statement, whether it's a CV. It has built-in OCR, which is text extraction. So you can upload any document and it will extract the text. And one feature of this is you upload a PDF document. Sometimes they are not searchable. So it will convert that into a searchable document as well. We can extract tables. A lot of documents have key information in the table. So you upload a document and it will extract the table and whatever the data in those tables is. And it is providing us some key value extractions where in this case, we are using invoices, but it's not limited to invoices. Today, there are 4. And of course, we are committed to provide more. And just like the language service that we saw, you have the capability of creating custom models where you can create a custom model to classify documents, as well as you can create custom models for key value extractions. Example of that would be you get an invoice or some document which the pre-trained model is not working. So you can just design your own. But when we are saying designing or we are saying custom models, we are not talking about any kind of creating coding or from that perspective. It is a data label service which allows you to very simply drag and drop, create boxes and tell it, okay, I have this sample document. This is where I want to extract the data from. Just one example, because again, the focus is for this demo, we are looking at invoice. So what does this key value extraction looks like? In an invoice, these are the fields which are more than 26 or 28 key fields when it comes to invoices that we are able to extract, whether it is customer ID, whether it is purchase order number, total tax, invoice total, remittance address, and so on. And not only that, because a number of invoices usually, of course, they will have a lot of line items. For example, I go and I try to purchase a computer accessory. In one invoice, I have purchased a few mouse, a few keyboards, a monitor. And these are the different line items. So when you pass that invoice through the document understanding service, you would see that it's not only able to identify the key fields out of the invoice, but it is giving me line item by item information as well. And I'll show you that in a few seconds. Okay, so what the demo is going to look like, I have a few integrations where I am getting the data from the files. So you will see me dropping files to an FTP location. In this case, I'm using the OIC file server. Oracle Integration Cloud comes with a built-in FTP server, built-in file server. So I'm using that for this example. Then I call the document understanding service, which will extract the data of those invoices and provide me the output. If there is any missing information, maybe that document does not have an invoice ID, I can kickstart a manual process and I can ask my team to go and review it, update the information, and then kickstart an integration. And finally, the output is stored in a database. Okay, so that's what we are gonna see now. Before I jump into the integration side, let's start with the document understanding service, because let's look at where you can find it. So this is Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Cloud Console. You can go on your tenancy, analytics, and AI. And here we are talking about document understanding service. The first thing that you see, it gives you reference to the key features, as we mentioned, text extraction, table extraction, key value, and so on. And it provides you some video tours and the REST API reference, because as an integration person, you need to understand, okay, what the REST API, which REST API I need to call, what's the request, what the response. Let's look at an example of text extraction. It provides some demo files for you, but you can upload your own local files for it to run and extract the data. So it is, as you can see, it is analyzing. And very soon, you see that line by line, this document has been, the data has been extracted. So let's upload a local file. I will be using some of these invoices. Let's take this example. And you would see that it analyzes, and it's not dependent on any kind of a format. You would see I have 5 different formats of invoices. So in this example, it has just extracted, and all it's doing is OCR, text extraction. And you can see it is showing me lines as well as it's showing me words. So, the line is John Smith. If I click on the word, it's giving me word by word information, right? Table extraction, again, any kind of a document, if it has a table, it will be able to extract that. So here you see that there is a table. It says name of partner, agreed upon cash, and so on. And it has extracted that information and it's available to me exactly in the same manner. Now, let's look at the key value extraction. And in key value extraction, we will look at the example of invoices. So it is, again, we are just using the demo file here, where you can see what the key value extraction means. Here, there is an invoice, and you can see that, vendor address, it has identified, the customer address recipient is John Doe, invoice number is 100, and so on. Let me upload another invoice, and this time let me take a different file format, right? So here it is, I'm uploading an invoice, right? It is going to analyze it, and it's going to, again, extract different key values. So you can see I've got the invoice date, which is available here, invoice ID 10056, and this is what I'm talking about, the line item. So if I come down, you can see line 1, item number 100, that's the information it's extracting, and so on. There are 10 lines, and it is able to clearly extract all that information. And then we have got the subtotals, sales tax, and so on. So all this information has been extracted. Now, from an API perspective, we are trying to make this very, very simple for our developers, while you can go and look at the REST API documentation. But here you can see the response is available, right? So if I copy this response and I just put it in here, let me just quickly go into JSON, make it look like a format. Okay. So what you are seeing here, it's saying, okay, there is page number 1. Then what are the detected document types for invoice? The highest confidence, that's like 99%. And then it is extracting words, it's extracting lines, but I'm interested in the document field. So here you can see the key value, invoice date. It provides me the normalized vertices, that is the square from where it has extracted that information. It is the type of date, that's the text value, and the actual the value in time zone, because it's date, it's giving me the text what's written over there, and it's giving me the value as well, and so on. You can see the vendor, address, recipient, and it goes on, right? So this is what I will be using in my example. So this is what our very simple document understanding service looks like, and you can do classification as well, and as well as you can create custom models. Now let's look at Oracle Integration Cloud. In Oracle Integration Cloud, let's look at the integrations. I have mainly 3 integrations. I have got one integration, which is a schedule-based integration, that is taking the invoice files from an FTP location, and one by one, it's calling a child integration for me. So I've got from an FTP location, I've got my invoices inbox. I've copied 6 different sample invoices here. And what this integration does, it lists the files, all the 6, picks it up, and one by one, it is going to, call my child integration. And the reason I'm doing it this way is I am running all these 6 iterations in parallel. On the other hand, I have another integration. Before I show you that, let me execute it just to save time. So I'm just going to do a submit now. Okay. And I have the other integration, which is being called. And then in this integration, what I'm doing, I am actually getting the file. I'm calling my AI service, which stores the data into the object storage. So it happens right away. Get the response. And I have got a condition there. What I'm interested in picking up 5 key fields of this invoice. And if any of those fields are not available, I kickstart a process to get the manual intervention kickstarted. Otherwise, I'm just storing the data into the autonomous database. Okay. And as you know, from an Oracle Integration Cloud perspective, it could have been an ERP cloud, or it could have been a different ERP system as well. Now let's look at what has happened to our integration. So let's just go to the monitoring, the one that I had kickstarted. And you can see that integration, which was just kickstarted, it completed in 36 seconds. That is, it processed all those 6 invoices within that time. You can see my integrations are going on. So if I click on one of those, sample invoice 1, that picked up, it was able to identify all 5 fields, and it stored the data into the database table. Okay. Now, in my example, one of the things you see, I've got 2 similar invoices here, and there is a reason. This is an invoice which gives me an invoice number, and I wanted to create an invoice which my service is not able to pick. So I just created an invoice, and in this example, I did not provide the invoice number, right? So this is sample 6, as you can see. Now, what happens with sample 6, if you look at that, the process kickstarted, but because it was not able to identify invoice ID, it has kickstarted a process. In the meantime, I have received an email because I've put myself as the reviewer. I can go and I can view online. And what this process is for, that in case we are not able to, maybe it's the confidence level is low, or we are not able to identify some information, I can get it to be reviewed. This was the invoice. You can see there's no invoice number. It was able to extract the other 4 fields correctly: invoice date, invoice total, vendor name, address. And okay, I'm going to add the invoice ID. Okay. And in this way, I am submitting. I can add a comment, adding invoice ID that was missing, right? And let's submit it. Now, this goes for approval. Again, in this example for the demo, I have made myself, I've given myself the role to approve. So let's look at it. It comes, but in normal scenario, there would be a different person. And okay, I can see that I've received the request. Invoice ID has been entered. There is a comment. Okay, adding invoice ID, I approve it, right? Once this information gets approved, what I'm going to do is let's look at because it's kickstarting another integration to store the data into the autonomous database. So I'm coming here and it would kickstarts my third integration, which all it's doing is a very simple integration. It takes the data and it stores into the database table. Now I have a database here, which is, I've created a very simple table. And here you can see now I have 6 records available, right? And one of the records was reviewed. If you remember, that 78901 is the one which I have reviewed, right? So I provide the information, okay, what was the review process ID, and remaining 5 invoices, it was able to extract and it was able to store all the information correctly. So what in this example, what we want to demonstrate, what we want to discuss with you is, if you look at our AI services, and again, let's go to this. And if you look at, we have quite a few AI services, whether it's language for sentiment analysis, speech, which can get an audio and convert it into text, vision for object detection, document understanding, which we just saw the example. These are the services which, in my opinion, I call them citizen AI services. You can use these services for real customer examples, and you don't need to be a data scientist to use this, right? The way they have been built, they are trained on a massive amount of data, but we are also giving you the flexibility to create your own projects. And again, in a very drag and drop intuitive manner, rather than you going ahead and creating your own models and so on. While we do provide machine learning, we do provide data science services as well. And of course, that is targeted for data scientists who want to do more deep work. So the combination of AI services with Oracle Integration Cloud for automation is great, and you can easily take it to your customers and you can utilize. I'm seeing so much demand from our customers for these services, whether they are trying to process invoices, or in a lot of regions they want to countries for visa processing. They're getting a lot of information like passport data, driver license, identity documents, and it's a very manual task. They have teams which are entering this information, making sure everything is correct. You can easily, combining these services, automate them end to end. I'm looking at time. That's all from my end, which I wanted to cover. Over to you, Jürgen. Any questions?
Harris, thank you very much. Thanks for the excellent demo. Juan, thank you for the wonderful demo. So before we come to the questions and answers, a quick summary. In case you're not yet a member in the partner communities, please register for the digital assistant, the Oracle chatbot, enterprise chatbot, for the developer partner community, and on all the other requests on the integration partner community. As a partner community member, you can attend a free hands-on training. The integration bootcamp is a live virtual class for 3 days, and you learn how to connect ERP, HCM, CX, and custom build integrations. And the digital assistant is half a day. You learn how to build your own bot. Both registrations are open, so choose an upcoming training and then go for the certification. It's free of charge until the end of August. In case you are a member in the partner communities, you can also visit the community websites with the latest updates. So we have a lot of questions. If you still have questions, you can post them in the Q&A and we will answer now some of them live. So the first question, Depali, he would like to know if there are any Oracle AI hands-on trainings and bootcamps. Harris, you posted an answer on that one.
Yes. So when it comes to bootcamps, please register to the newsletter. If that comes, we will share it there. But Oracle Live Labs, please go and go there. Search for AI services, search for Oracle integration, search for digital assistant. You would find a lot of live labs available, which you can use in a hands-on manner using your own tenancy at any time, right? For the bootcamp, there is a bootcamp available for digital assistant. That is also one of our AI services. And I think the information has been shared. Please register to that.
Wonderful. Next question is from Tim regarding pricing breakdown for the solution. Maybe Alex, you want to chip in, or Harris and Juan, you would like to give some details, what services you were using and how they are priced.
Yeah, let me take that question. Pricing, all the pricing information is available on our oracle.com page. Just go to our oracle.com AI services. You would find specific pages for language, for document understanding, for vision, and all these services. Please look at it. One of the things about these pricing, all these are coming with a free tier. So you can, with the free tier, I mean, is the first 100 or first 1,000 might be free. So look at the service and all that information is there, because there are different permutations when it comes to pricing. If you have any specific question from a use case perspective, from a customer perspective, you can reach out to Jürgen, you can reach out to me, you can reach out to Juan, and we will be really happy to help you in detail. And Oracle offers a Oracle pricing estimator, so that helps you also to build a solution. Next question comes from Marcus on the digital assistant side. So how can you connect to WhatsApp? Maybe Juan Carlos, as you showed the demo, you can leverage that one. And the WhatsApp integration, does it only provide text, or can you also use other elements?
Yeah, I mean, in the end, it's WhatsApp or different social media channels can be, like kind of like input channels for digital assistant. So you have to register that channel in Oracle Digital Assistant, and then you will be able to listen to WhatsApp webhooks in this case. So it's a combination between using the WhatsApp Cloud API together with registering WhatsApp as a channel for digital assistant. Correct.
So Meta, the Facebook company who provides WhatsApp, now offers an API to everybody, and you can consume it easily as a channel in Oracle Digital Assistant. There are some details, and we documented how to connect that channel. If you go to blogs.oracle.com/digitalassistant, you will find a post from our team in South America on the WhatsApp integration. And so, Lina, maybe you want to add on the digital assistant side, what kind of pre-built bots you offer for HCM?
Right, sure, Jürgen. For the HCM skills, majority, in the FA digital assistant, majority of them, of course, they support primarily the web channel. So if you are into looking into Teams support, so you have to check the documentation. We have the hiring skill and the internal candidate, as well as the expenses skill. And in addition to Teams, we support Slack. Well, in short, not the SaaS skill, not every single one of them, they will support more than one additional channels. So basically, if you're looking into the web channel, the answer is yes.
Okay, thank you very much. There are a couple of questions regarding the free tier and free trial and how to get access to integration and Visual Builder Cloud Service. So Oracle offers at cloud.oracle.com for Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Service a free tier. This is an unlimited service with compute, storage, and some base services like Autonomous Database and Apex. You can use it without any time limits. It's called free tier. On top of that, you get Oracle free trial. That's a limited offer for a fixed amount, usually $300 or $500 for 1 month that you can consume on top of the free tier. And those services include also integration and Oracle Digital Assistant. So you can provision your own free tier, and then you can get an instance of Oracle integration based on the free trial. And Oracle integration also brings you Visual Builder Cloud Service, and you can do the same for Digital Assistant. If you would like to try it yourself, we highly recommend that you start with the hands-on bootcamps. Does Oracle Digital Assistant also supports Arabic language? Harris, that's a question for you as you're based in Dubai.
I'm answering with
Okay.
the link. But yes, yeah, Arabic is. I mean, it has a level of support. You know, like different like language understanding, voice insights. For Arabic, I think voice is not supported, but language understanding is. Insights, data manufacturing, not the conversation designer. So in this link, they could find it. I already answered, Jürgen.
Yeah, wonderful. And one tip, if you go to the Oracle Digital Assistant documentation, on the bottom right corner, you find Arti. That's a chatbot that will answer your questions around Digital Assistant. So try it out, type their language support, and you will get a link to the overview of Oracle Digital Assistants, which languages are supported. And yes, Arabic is supported by Oracle Digital Assistant. Harris, do we have any other questions you would like to point out?
Jürgen, I think although I can see there is a lot of interest and there are a lot of questions coming, some of the things generally I can mention. There are certain questions about OCI vision service and document understanding, when to use what. So when we started with our AI services, we had some of the features which document understanding is providing as part of OCI vision. But since then, we have actually divided these two services. Some of it is still you can do with vision, but please use vision for object detection. Those kind of use cases. Maybe you have a picture or a video and you want to detect a face or a car or a number plate. That's what the use case for vision is. Anything to do with document, what I showed, table extraction, text extraction, key value extraction, document understanding is the way to go. There is interest in the pricing. I'm seeing it multiple times. So please, we have shared, and I can see Juan has also shared the link on the chat. Please go through it. And as I said, again, if you have any use cases or customer cases, please do reach out to your Oracle rep, or you can come to us, and we are happy to guide you. There is some questions about live labs, or how we can get the free tier environment for different services. I think Jürgen has shared some examples about the free tier, but anyone from an OCI perspective can register for a 30-day trial, right? So you can go and register OCI free trial and consume and use and try these services by provisioning. I think, Jürgen, that's all. If there is any question that we have left unanswered, we'll try to reach out to you afterwards.
Wonderful. Juan Carlos, anything you would like to add? Any closing from you?
No, just, I mean, one of the questions was like, what happens if you are not able to subscribe to events from, let's say, a source application where you are getting negative feeds, like HTM, for instance, that we cannot subscribe to events, let's say real-time events coming from that application. When you have that kind of, let's say, requirement, actually, Instagram is one of those, and even Facebook pages, where sometimes it's very difficult. I mean, you require a verification process to be able to subscribe to Instagram comment messages, coming on your business account and all of that. So the approach here would be a near real-time approach, where basically the added value here is using Oracle integration as the orchestrator of all those calls. So you can have like a scheduled integration every 10 minutes, every half an hour, that will, let's say, extract either Instagram comments from Instagram or absences feeds from HTM Cloud. Then you can use and combine OIC with the streaming to debatch those feeds, let's say, absences, feeds, or whatever you are extracting, sending them to OCI streaming, our Oracle Managed Kafka topic, a Kafka topic, for instance. You could debatch that, and the possibility to process and parallelize the processing of those, let's say, feeds. What's the parallel processing of the processing here is OIC orchestrating the different calls, like consuming the feeds from the topic, applying or calling the sentiment analysis API, then calling the custom text classification model API, and finally sending that to a data store like autonomous transaction processing or an autonomous data warehouse or even an Azure SQL database, for instance. So what's the value proposition here? What's the question basically is OIC with the no-code approach that it has, it could enable this orchestration really and easier than trying to go with, let's say, hard coding approach or hard code approach, like a Python script that does that orchestration. So it's like, like a threshold basically, where you decide, would you want to go for a hard code approach, or you go with a low code, no code approach? That's the added value here. Hopefully that answers the question, Mina. I think it was from Mina.
Wonderful, Juan. Thank you very much. Thank you for the excellent presentations, Harris and Juan. It was great to have you on the call. Like, we keep the tradition once a year to bring you to the community webcast. Hope to do the same next time. If you have more questions for customers, we have a couple of resources. Same on the partner side, the partner community, the website, the bootcamps. Visit the blog and you can continue to post your questions at our community Slack channel. For the latest sales kits and customer presentations in PowerPoint format, please visit Sales Accelerator. If you have questions regarding integration, you can reach out to the team. Neil in EMEA, Paulo in South America, Ravi in North America, Ravi Pinto in Asia, and Steve in the Middle East, in ASEAN and Asia. If you have questions regarding partners and customer events, please reach out to myself. Thank you for attending. The next community webcast will take place July 25th. Thank you. Bye-bye.